For joining us now to analyze the ceasefire deal and what happens from here is James Chin, is a professor of Asian Studies at the University of Tasmania, and he's joining us live from Hobart, Australia. Professor Chin, given the fact that a ceasefire was reached within 5 days and without preconditions, did the speed and nature of the agreement surprise you? And I wonder how crucial Malaysia's role was in facilitating this agreement.
So in terms of the speed, I don't think there's many surprises there. I think it was clear that everybody, especially ASEAN, wanted a truce. I think Malaysia played a crucial role. It is widely understood that Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, offered himself to be the mediator immediately after the conflict started. I think it's also quite clear that he's doing this because he's trying to reset ASEAN. He's trying to make ASEAN, what they call ASEAN centrality, the key theme of his chairmanship of ASEAN. He's also taking active steps in Myanmar. So we can see this very much as Malaysia taking a very active part to make sure ASEAN is really the most important player in this region.
Professor, is it also true that both countries were looking for a way, to stop the fighting, but were held back by their domestic constituents, the nationalistic passions that we, have been talking about? And, after President Trump came in with that trade warning and also because of the diplomatic pressure, it actually gave both countries, a face-saving way, an opportunity, if you like, to, have those talks without, facing further pressure domestically?
Sure, but I think Trump's role, while I'm not trying to minimize it, I don't think that was the real reason why they decided to get together. I think Anwar Ibrahim played a much, much bigger role. In a way, you can argue that Anwar Ibrahim had a direct line to this conflict because, as you're well aware, right, the former Thai Prime Minister's father, Thaksin Singh, and also the current Prime Minister of Cambodia, the father Hun Sen, they are both unofficial advisors to Anwar Ibrahim. And these two personalities are playing a key role behind the scenes in terms of this crisis. So I think in many ways, Anwar Ibrahim was the right person at the right time to intervene in this issue.
Prof. Chin, regional military commanders, as we understand, meeting in about 20 minutes or so from now, presumably to agree on the rules of engagement on the ground itself. Now, is that going to be enough, to keep the ceasefire going? Because we know it's not uncommon for troops, at tense borders to be told, don't shoot first, but if they shoot at you, you can defend yourself.
I think the meeting between the military commanders, I think they'll be guided by the political leaders. In actual fact, if you want this peace, so-called ceasefire to hold, the easiest way is actually to withdraw the troops from the conflict zones. So I don't think holding on to the ceasefire is a difficult thing to do. I think the real issue is the political dynamics between Cambodia and Thailand. As you mentioned in your introduction, this is also about country nationalism at play or at the pride of the country. So I think the bigger issue is that how are you going to resolve the borders or the boundaries in the long term? Because if you leave it as it is, a potential conflict may break out in the future. So this is a golden opportunity for both countries to come up with a more permanent solution.
Okay, what could that be? Is there a viable long-term mechanism for demarcating this border, or are we likely to see flare-ups every few years?
This conflict has been going on, in fact, for a very, very long time. There has been previous shooting incidents, but they were not widely reported. In such problems with the boundaries, the easiest way is actually for both countries to submit it to the International Court of Justice. But this requires political will on both the Thai and the Cambodian governments. That is the difficult part, because it's my understanding that there is a group of people in Thailand who do not want this to go outside of Thailand. And there was also a group of people in Cambodia who were uncomfortable about bringing in the ICJ. But it appears to me that this is the only way to get a long-term settlement, because it is quite obvious that both sides are not willing to give up any inch along the border.